Hey everybody, so let's begin with the story, okay? So 2 weeks before I moved out to Seattle, I was sitting in my car on Ponce de Leon. And if you're on Ponce de Leon Avenue, if you're familiar with Atlanta, I was on Ponce de Leon Avenue near Ponce City Market. I was sitting in line on a Saturday and there was a whole bunch of cars in front of me. And I was thinking to myself on this day, I do not feel like sitting in traffic probably for the next 35 to 40 minutes. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just take an alternate route. But the only thing stopping me from taking an alternate route was that there were two double yellow lines. And if you know anything about the law, you know that it is against the law to cross a double yellow line to get to the other side. Well, guess what? I decided to break the law. Well, actually, we can't really break the law breaks us. So I was broken up against the law. So I ended up crossing these two yellow lines thinking that everything was fine. I was like, okay, cool, I'm in the clear. That was a good decision. Until like 5 seconds later, or like 10 seconds later, these cops come up to me and they're like, okay, they pulled me over. I'm like, crap, they got me. Cop comes up to me, he's like, you know why we stopped you? I was like, because I crossed a double yellow line. He was like, no, we stopped because your tags have expired. Keep in mind, I moved to Seattle 2 weeks later. This is like September like 4th of 2017. I'm sitting here in Atlanta in my car thinking, crap. And then the guy's like, I was trying to tell him, hey, can you just let me off this time? I'm moving to Seattle. I was explaining my situation to him. And he's like, no, you have to come for your court date. So I had to come to court in like November of 2017, which means I had to fly back from Seattle to Atlanta. And then I fly back that weekend. I get there. My court date is canceled. I say all this to say that the life that we live is governed by laws and regulations. And if we decide to negate those laws and disobey them, we get broken. Bad things happen that we do not want. So welcome to another episode of Weekend Wake Up with me, your host, Marcus. On today's episode, we're going to talk about why life is more a result of law and not luck, okay? This is a cool quote that might be helpful to remember. Life is more a result of law, not luck, okay? One law we're all familiar with is the law of gravity, okay? If I drop this ball, this baseball, it's gonna drop. It's gonna keep dropping because that is the law of gravity. That what comes up must go down. It's another law that a lot of us know about, the law of association. Who we hang out with, we become. It's a law. If you hang out with anyone, you're gonna start absorbing what's going on inside of it. It's irrefutable. It can't be done away with. It's going to happen no matter what. Okay, but a lot of us think when it comes to success that people who are successful, they become lucky. They fell into success, okay? And I'm going to tell you something, that's just simply not true. A lot of people who become successful, it was not an accident. They abided by these laws that helped them. For example, there is the law of cause and effect, which is called the law of laws, which means that with every action, there is a reaction. That if I throw this tennis ball up against the wall, it's going to bounce back at me. That is cause and effect, and it's playing back to us all day long. And if we abide by this law, we can use this law to become more successful. For example, another law is called the law of progression. I'm making these law names up, but you know what I'm talking about. The law of progression is like in any type of situation or enterprise or anything in which any activity, you're either going to progress or regress. Okay, think about your job. You're either on your way to getting promoted or you're on your way to getting fired. Okay, these are laws. No matter what, you cannot stand still. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. Think about your romantic relationship. It's either getting better or it's getting worse. It's either growing or it's dying. This is a law. Okay, it's important to abide by these laws and help them work for us instead of letting them break us. Remember, we cannot break the law. The law breaks us. So what do? The best thing to do is for us to understand that there are laws that govern this universe. And that if we want to win, we have got to obey what these laws are saying and not fight against them and refute them and be like, you know what, maybe I'm going to go my way and do this. Like, no. A lot of people have tried to break the law and they figured out that they cannot do it. Okay, another law is that we become what we think about. What we end up thinking about and dwelling upon, that stuff's going to come into our life. That is a law. It's proven. It's unmistakable. And there's other laws too. I don't know all the laws, but there's a lot. 10 Commandments. The list goes on and on and on in terms of the laws. It's just that if we want to win, we got to put certain laws in place. And some good laws, I talked about earlier, the law of association. Who are you hanging out with? Because who you hang out with is going to determine who you become. The law of laws, which is cause and effect. What effect do you want to see? If you want to have money in your bank account, you got to stop. The cause is that, okay, the effect is that I want to have more money in my bank account. The cause is you. And I'll tell you something about the cause. Mind is the only cause. Your thoughts is the only cause of just about everything. As I sit here with this building, it was a thought first before anything came out, okay? And that's a law. Reality follows our thoughts. That's a law. It's irrefutable, and it can just be proven over and over again. So instead of us breaking ourselves against the law, let's abide by it and get better. Okay? Choose the effect you want and then chase the cause that produces that effect. If you want to learn another language, the cause is that you have to spend time cultivating a new language. The hard thing is that we don't want to do the thing we don't want to do the hard thing, but the hard thing is what's going to take us to that next level. So we have to choose. And this is why I say self-love is so important, because when you love yourself enough, you're willing to do the hard things that are going to help you to elevate, because you're worried about the future. You're worried about what really matters. Self-love is all about the truth and what matters. It's not about your feelings in the moment. Loving yourself, to me, is about what matters and what's true. What matters is that you're going to create results in the future. And the truth is that those results from a month from now, 2 months from now, are being planted right now. And we need to understand these laws are in place no matter what we do. Law of association, the law of sowing and reaping, which is whatever you sow, you're going to reap multiple times over. You're going to reap what you sow. There are so many laws of this world that if we become friends with them instead of becoming foes to them, life will begin to see life elevate. Another law is that things take time. Good things take time. I believe that's a law. I think it's to the point, it's irrefutable. It can't be misproven to the point where it can be a law. Good things take time. It takes time for a tree to grow. It takes time for a business to grow. But we all want it now. And that mindset, remember, mind is the only cause. That mindset is going to stop us from where we want to go. Okay? So think about the laws in your life on this Saturday. What laws are you not thinking about? Just to bring your mind, law of association, law of cause and effect, the law of laws, which is the law of laws, the law of sowing and reaping, the law of progression. Are things getting better or getting worse in your life? Think about the law of progression for a second in your life. It relates to just about everything. Is your life getting better or getting worse in a particular area? Are you decaying or are you growing? Okay. And it's funny how I saw this word, the word for heaven, like the Greek word for it is like Ouranos, like Oranos, I believe that's how you pronounce it. That word means to grow, to flourish, to expand. That's what heaven means in the Greek language. It means to expand. Based on that definition, is your life heaven? Is your life expanding? Okay. Because remember, there are laws at work in your life, and if you align yourself to them, things will work out for you without you having to worry and stress about it. Because these irrefutable truths, these principles cannot be broken and are irrefutable. Okay, so thank you so much. In closing, if you enjoy this video, please share with your friends and family. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And as always, unsuccessful people make decisions based on their current situations. Successful people make decisions based on where they want to be. Make decisions based on where you want to be. Understand that there are laws that govern the world, and that if you align and adjust yourself to these laws, your success is going to come a lot easier than it is if you decide to fight these laws. A lot of people try to skirt the law of sowing and reaping, where they're like, I don't have to work that hard. I don't have to do all that hard stuff. I can take the easy route. You're going to break yourself against the law if you try to refute it, okay? I don't want you to break yourself. I want you to have a good life, okay? Thank you so much. Bye.